This is day 58 of the budget bungalow build. I have a new person coming today. It's Janelle that used to work for me inside the castle. The only problem is it's absenteeism, but he can measure and he can use power tools, unlike the tool that T and F. I have enough. I don't want to hire them anymore because the quality of work is really not passing to the grade that old B wants it. Fine with the budget bungalow because it's in a budget and the people that's going to be living there is not even fuss with the quality as long as we know it's strong. Like the rendering is taking so long, the beams are not straight. Not straight. I mean the rendering is not straight. I just want the walls protected. These are just the old people. And why should I make it so nice for the ears? So as long as I know that they're safe because the bungalow is strong, that's fine. And with 3 people now, I think that's the one I'm gonna retain because they have been working for me for quite some times. Junel is on and off because he's always absent. He's always like, I will tell you the story later on because these are the sort of Filipino traits that sometimes shocking to the Western world, but it's normal here that they don't work so much as long as they can put food on the table, enough food for the week. That's enough. So I'm here now. I want to check what they're up to. So they have chipped out the thing on the window because they need to put some wood bracing before they even close it in so the window won't sag. The frame, I mean. So anyway, the thing is still soft because they just done it last night. I mean, end of our yesterday, so it was easy to chip it out, but they will put it back in with the bracing wood. But I want Junel to do that one while Odito was doing this wall here.
Kung kala mo pa ba ng simintuan? Kung kala mo,
Nagkuhan na ito skanding. So I think Dalo is giving water to the goats because they're on the field where the 1,700 square meter lot is. We put them there now so they can eat the grass. So this is what Old Lito's doing this morning. You can see that he's really done so much than what Fredo could have been in a half day. So he almost done this whole wall. Like I said, it's good enough as long as it's clean up. Because that's the purpose of this one, is to clean up. So here we are. This is also the extension that the old man have done. He wants somewhere where they can drink and play cards on the front. Dong, abilan tong size, bin ako'y 20. Kaya inapo na lang tanan. Pili ha. So I'm just giving him extra 20 pesos because we have to buy the wood, 2x2x8 lawaan wood at 101 per piece. Para na po na lang. Kadiyo to pilian ninyo ang dili ko ha. So he got a sitting area around here in the front for his mates when they come for drink and play cards. So what's left for us to do now is to square up the top of the first room. There. Square up the second room and square up the third room. Windows, door frames. Then we have this number 4 door frame on the kitchen that we need to render back to back, also on the back. And this one, 2 more walls here on the toilet, and then we'll put in a PVC door. So we have to cut the lintel on the top of this one so the PVC door will fit. But I know Junelle is capable of doing that. And then we'll file more hollow blocks on the top so it will be more private. And then we'll square up the columns to here. And this one, the kitchen where the sink's gonna be, will be rendered. So I think about two weeks more and we'll be done here. I will just have to get the windows so it's all done and finished. But with my 3 workers, I believe that we will be done in 2 weeks. Because now if the door is installed, then that's a big milestone from what is being left that's been dragged on. So the rendering now will be done by the 2, not being cast off that the rendering is not good enough. Like one comment said, is he an artist? That he wants everything nice because they do it twice, like make it Bantayan. A comment from Bantayan Island. That's very funny, but it's true. So we'll just have to cement over those channelings so it all look. Anyway, it's only like a few cement left, like that they're channeling on the electrics, and here on where their breaker is. That instead of the wall mounting, this is what they insist. So we just have to cover it up when we square up the windows. It's only small channel just to make it look nicer when we square up this column. So here we will be, I'm positive that we will be finishing this in 2 weeks, if not 2 weeks and 3 days, as long as it's not what they plan of TNF that drag it on like 1 frame a day, installing 1 window frame a day, making 1 window frame a day, and then install that in another day, 1 with door frame a day, and then install it 1 door frame a day. Because I know they're milking it out. So this one here, this is the room that they're working on. So this is 1 wall here in their dirty kitchen that I have to render, like here, and what can be reached. So this is part of the one that's gonna be done. This is the door frame that I insist that Tony has to install. Then the 3 walls here in the toilet, that one, and this one, because Fredo only managed to finish for 1 day 1 small wall. And this one, the kitchen top, and the sink will be installed, and the door, and another file of hollow block on the top. Then the squaring of the columns, 1, 2, squaring of the windows, squaring of the windows, and the squaring of the doors. Door frame. And this one I think will be finished tomorrow by these 2, so they can start on where the toilet is and where this one, what we're facing at, towards the kitchen. So basically around this week there will be a lot finished than what will be if TNF was here. And then next week, that's about it. Will be about finishing it, finishing touch for the whole week. And hopefully the lockdown will be ending next week. I'll be able to get the windows. So I think Junel have finished that frame that he has made. It's not here anymore. I think he's taking it down. So these are the other wood that we are buying. We bought this. This is the 2 by 2 by 8. This is the size. This is lawaan wood. And I'm getting this at 101 peso each. 101. So there is 2 left here, 12. So I think he's going down there in the budget bungalow to install it. So I'll just bring some hinges with me when I go down. I'll just get the hinges. Janelle was back after I'm picking up the hinges inside in my store. So this is the sort of hinges I'm buying for the budget bungalow doors. We are making the frames right now, and then we'll be installing the doors made of plywood, hollow inside. So I think this one is good enough. It's 69 pesos per pair. So this is the door he made. He made the frame first, and then he had riveted on the bottom to put the plywood there. The plywood will be flashing to this one. So it's like a frame, and then the plywood will be underneath. It still be braced up, of course. This is just measuring the actual hole there in the wall on the door that Tony has made. So there will be adjustment that he wanna make on usara ka side ang imong adjustment dong o tanan. Oh. Kato nang dapit sa hinges. Ang ila ba their opening ra ba ana ra ba? Kana padung bungbong.
Padung ana dire.
Bungbong.
Mao man tigit pilis bung.
So, aron ko no makasave I'm telling him about that the opening is going towards the wall. So it saves so-called the space to go in. So he's just gonna trim one side and then put on the bracing. But like I said, at least he's measuring it once, not like making a frame and then measure it all and then realize it's wrong, because that's what happened last time. So he's gonna trim one side and then measure it back, then it will be braced on before the plywood will be put in. And but now he know where the adjustments gotta be made. Then it will be faster tomorrow, because also he won't be buying the wood. The wood and the nails are already here. So now you can see why I need a proper workshop in here. Then it will be easier to work on. So going down to my last check, 4 o'clock. Day 58 of my budget bungalow build, or the boring bungalow build. But it's not getting boring now because I don't have the people that's milking me out. I'm back to the people that, although they're working for me anyway, they're part of the household, Odlito and Daloy, so I might as well just do some building. And Junel is the new one that used to work for me around the house. Like, he's the one who made the door towards the guest house, this one, and also made the pathway towards made a wall on this end of my boundary, because the person that owns this old house used to rent it out. He lives with his daughter, and he rented out to someone that keep using my front gate, my front of my property, as their washing area, hanging all their, clothes, underwears, and then in the afternoon they'll do it as their cooking area, doing the firewood thing. So I had to put that wall as to deter them, because how many times I told them that's not part of what you have rented there. but they still do it. And when I go out, all their hangings was there queuing up in front of my property. And then at night, I could see smoke of their burning stove. So I could see the Loy sorting the goats. But I'm here now on the site. And I could hear Scammy crying. So this is what they done rendering wise today. They finished a whole wall on this room. And they also done half of this wall where the window is. And in fact, it's mostly done by old Lito because the Loy has been running around, buying the wood, buying the mineral water that we need up there. About 15 gallons of mineral water. And so 15 gallons of 20-liter gallons, and then buy the wood as well. So he's not been here all day, so this is done mostly by old Lito. But you can see that they are more productive and faster than TNF. They're more of results oriented. So look at the finishing. And why would Tony would like to redo everything again? Because it's not good enough for him. Because that's what will make the Loy upset the other day. Because of what Tony has said to him, that anything he does is no good. Where I'm here encouraging him by praising him that I'm surprised that you can do it now. You need more practice and then you'll be good enough. So you can see that tomorrow they will be finished on this room. Because what they need now is just this one here. The corners will be done with Junelle, of course, so it will be more straight because they're not used to the corners. But the major wide space are done by them to save more time. And with this one, they can just square. Junelle can just catch up on squaring this up. And the other one on the kitchen. So that's the major ones that needs to be done rendering wise. So what I'm showing you here is the porch that the old man has made for his drinking area and gambling area. And you can see that how the Filipinos design this is their sitting area all over around that porch. And I will incorporate a little bit of this, like not as wide as this. In every bungalow, I'll be creating something like this, but made of wood. Like a lean-to outside. Like, you know how cabins are designed, but not as big as this. Just maybe half a size. Just for the renters to sit down to and look outside, looking at their community area. So this is the Filipino style of like a communal area for the family to meet their guests, because they like doing it outdoors instead of indoors, and indoors is only for you to go in at night, but usually the visitors will be outside. So they have make use of some of their old sheets and most of their old wood, and it's just two small column, and just continue on from the trusses on the top with the wood. And so this is just like 3 piles of hollow block for the sitting area. So this is now the door frame for the first bedroom that he made. I told him to just actually measure each doors as you made them, because it doesn't seem to have the same, it looks the same. If you are actually making the frame, it's got a slight variation of the measurement. So this is now ready to be braced and put the plywood on. You can see the rivet that he had done using the grinder. So the plywood will be slot in there. Hopefully, I know it will be installed tomorrow.